Hello everyone, another question from 2025 A-Level CIE. So let's have a look. The diagram shows a section of a polysaccharide. So you can see the diagram over here. Which statement about this polysaccharide is correct? This question requires identifying the polysaccharide shown in the diagram and relating its structure to its biological function. So, identifying the polysaccharide structure using the diagram is going to be like this way. The diagram is showing a polymer made of glucose units. To identify a specific polysaccharide, we need to look at the glycosidic linkages between the glucose monomers. The monomer type, as you see, the rings appear to be glucose as they are six-membered rings with ch2OH groups as C6 and hydroxyl groups as OH and other carbons. Linkage type. Let's see how they are linking together. The linkage between the first and second unit involves the anomeric carbon or C1 of the first unit connecting to an oxygen, which then connects to the C4 of the next unit. This is a 1-to-4 linkage. Crucially, by examining the orientation of the bonds at the anomeric carbon, which is C1 of the first glucose relative to the ring plane, we can see that the linkage maintains the same relative orientation in the chain, forming a straight chain structure. If we examine the second linkage between the second and third unit shown, it also appears to be 1-to-4 linkage. The structure shown is characteristic of a polysaccharide with beta 1-to-4 glycosidic linkage, which is the structure of cellulose. So the structure is linear and not branched. Second, evaluating the options based on the polysaccharide function. Now, let's analyze the function associated with the structure. Let's have a look at the answers. A, it coils into a tight helix that provides a compact shape of energy storage in cells. This describes starch, specifically amylopectin branching or amylose coiling, which is used for energy storage in plants. Cellulose, which is beta 1-to-4 linkage, forms straight unbranched chains, not tight helices. Therefore, statement A is incorrect. B, it has high tensile strength when arranged into fibrils in plant cell walls. This describes cellulose. In plant cell walls, the straight chains of cellulose forms microfibrils, which are held together by extensive hydrogen bonding between the chains, giving them high tensile strength necessary for structural support. Therefore, statement B is correct. C, it falls into a globular shape that is soluble in water and easily transported. This describes the glycogen or small soluble sugars. Globular shapes and high solubility are typical of energy storage molecules that need to be moved easily. Cellulose is a strong structural polymer, insoluble in water, and is not transported easily in this form. Therefore, statement C is incorrect. D, it combines with protein molecules to act as cell markers on the cell surface membrane. Molecules that act as cell markers or recognition are glycoproteins or glycolipids, carbohydrates attached to protein or lipids respectively. While polysaccharides can be part of these structures, the primary role of the polymer shown, cellulose, is structural, not as a signaling molecule on the surface membrane. Therefore, statement D is incorrect. In conclusion, the polysaccharide shown characterized by its linear structure suggestive of beta 124 linkages, is cellulose. The correct statement describing the function of cellulose is that it provides high tensile strength when arranged into fibrils in plant cell walls. So the correct statement is B.